What is going on, everybody? I got a great question today about branched chain amino acids and whether or not you should take them when you're fasting. And this is a great question because so many people are under the impression that it's okay to take branched chain amino acids while they're fasting. And the theory goes that they'll help to protect your muscle mass and they'll help to build muscle mass in the absence of calories. But there's a few big reasons why you shouldn't take branched chain amino acids. There's a big reason why you definitely shouldn't take them while you're fasting. There's also a reason why I think taking branched chain amino acids during a workout in a fasted state is also extremely wasteful. I'm going to get into all of these and I'm going to tell you something better that you can do to help to preserve and build muscle mass amino acid wise if that's what your goal is in taking branched chain amino acids in the first place. So first things first, what are branched chain amino acids? Branched chain amino acids are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. They're 3 of the 9 essential amino acids that you need to build muscle mass. These are amino acids that your body does not produce. The beauty of branched chain amino acids is that they bypass the liver, get directly into the system, and the theory goes that they activate the mechanistic target of rapamycin or mTOR. They activate the mTOR pathway. Now that is the pathway by which you allow for muscle protein synthesis, right? This is the process by which you turn protein amino acids into muscle mass, all right? And so the theory goes that these branched chain amino acids are going to activate that mTOR pathway, and that's going to help to produce muscle mass. It's also going to help to protect muscle mass, all right? Now, first things first, as to taking these during a fast, let me explain why this is a bad idea. So number one, you have to remember what the benefits are from fasting. Number one is trying to burn fat. That's one of the big reasons why everybody is trying to fast, right? And in order to burn fat, what you're trying to do is induce a natural state of ketosis, right? So a lot of people forget that doing intermittent fasting is a way of inducing ketosis without going through the full-blown process of going through keto adaptation and doing a keto diet where you're eating large amounts of fat, right? Now, I still don't recommend overloading the carbs or anything like that, but eating within a very, very small window or consuming nutrients within a very small window will help to deplete glycogen and put your body into a state where it has to adapt into ketosis in order to fuel your brain and fuel the rest of your body. And in this process, you're activating your stored fat for fuel, right? And your liver's converting those into ketones to fuel your brain, and it's awesome, right? You get all this awesome energy. Part of this, though, is that you don't produce insulin and you don't activate that mTOR pathway. If you do, that can most definitely shut down that process, okay? Number two, another big reason why people fast is for that cellular clean-out, right? That clean out that I mentioned in the video yesterday. Your body has this amazing process called cellular apoptosis, where your cells begin killing other diseased cells. Your mitochondria begin killing diseased mitochondria that kill each other off. And your body starts with the most diseased cells first. And so what this does is it actually makes the healthy mitochondria even healthier, and that in turn is said to help to increase longevity. It's also said to help boost energy and to boost immunity and for very helpful for disease prevention. All right, so by clearing those disease cells out, you get those awesome benefits. But if you're activating the mTOR pathway, the mechanistic target of rapamycin, then you're shutting that process down. All right, so that's why it's not good to take that during a fast. Now, let me tell you why it's also pretty wasteful to take branched chain amino acids during a fast. So in order to build muscle mass in the first place, and in order to protect muscle mass, you also need to have all 9 amino acids in place. So I'm talking about histidine, isoleucine, and leucine, of course, which are 2 of the branched chain amino acids, lysine, methionine, phenylalanine, threonine, tryptophan, and valine. Forgive me if I am mispronouncing any of those, and I was definitely reading those off. I don't know those by memory, but those are three of the essential amino acids are branched chain amino acids. But you need all 9 of those in place in order to build or even preserve or recover muscle mass. So when you're taking these branched chain amino acids in a fasted state during your workout, basically what you're doing is you're throwing your money down the drain, because you don't have all 9 essential amino acids in place anyway to induce muscle protein synthesis. You're not going to have a whole heck of a lot of recovery, and because you're in a fasted state, you don't even have those amino acids in your system. So what's a better idea for those of you who still want to take branched chain amino acids? A better idea is to take them in your eating window when you're actually consuming food, which also contains amino acids, and you are actually able to combine those branched chain amino acids for a more complete protein and more opportunity for protein synthesis. But an even better idea, if you're going to spend your money on amino acids anyways, is to take essential amino acids, which have all 9 amino acids in place. I still wouldn't take essential amino acids during a fast, but taking them during an eating window can actually help you to get more out of the protein you're consuming from food, and can actually help you to build more muscle and protect your muscle mass in the first place. I also want to let you understand this. Again, because one of the things you're trying to do with the fast is induce ketosis, and toward the end of the fast, you'll be more in a state of ketosis with higher ketone levels, right? You are actually already in a state where you don't really have to worry about catabolism. Fasting isn't going to eat into your muscle mass, because what fasting does is it turns your body onto using your fat stores for fuel. If you were using glucose for fuel and you were in a very low calorie glucose fueled state, then you would have to worry more and more about catabolism. So the one way that branched chain amino acids could work is for those of you who are on higher carb diets but are still very low calorie, you're still eating throughout the day, you're still getting insulin spikes throughout the day, taking branched chain amino acids along in that kind of a state could be very helpful. But if you're in ketosis, or if you're doing an intermittent fasting style of a diet, then branched chain amino acids actually probably aren't that helpful, and you probably do much better off with essential amino acids. So I hope that wasn't too boring. I also hope that it really wasn't that complicated. Sometimes I tend to over-explain things or use overly scientific terms. I've been trying not to. I'm also going to put a few articles below that will help you to understand this a little bit better. And if you really want to know how to get the most out of intermittent fasting, get the most out of your ketogenic diet, I highly suggest that you take my Warrior Soul Keto Camp course. It's very low cost. I explain all of these processes to you in the course. I help you to do everything from adaptation all the way up through maintenance. It's me and my brother Matt Cooper from 12 AM Labs. We go into every little detail. So definitely check the link for that below. And if you're a little iffy on that, you can still take my free starting keto course, in which I provide a whole bunch of resources. So I'll put a link for that below as well. Thanks for listening. Again, I hope it wasn't too complicated. Ask me any questions you want. I'm always here to help. And that's that. Peace.